Special episode 60, I'm showing you my worst deck. This is clearly the worst deck I have built. And the reason for that is actually it's a stipulation deck. So you can't just play it like normal. And I'll tell you about that. So it's Moritte of the Frost. He's got Changeling. He has this clone ability that when he enters, he can clone something you control. It gets Changeling, it gets counters, yada yada. But what this deck is interested in is that like interesting clause that clones have. You may have it enter as a copy of something. Well, why is it may, right? Because obviously if you didn't have anything else to copy and he just died, that would be fine. You wouldn't want that, right? You'd want to copy something else. So why is it may? And this deck is the answer to that question, okay? So it is a clone deck. You're playing your Glasspool Mimics, you're playing your Vesuvian Shapeshifters, but you'll notice that they all have the same text. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of something. And so the stipulation of this deck is you just say no, all right? You say my flesh duplicate is not going to enter as a copy of anything. I don't want it to get that Vanishing 3. It's just going to be its beautiful self. And you might be like, well, its beautiful self is a 0/0, it instantly dies. But that's where you're wrong, because I'm here to support my guys. So we got Spider Silk Armor, gives +0/+1. They get reach. Now they won't die. Now there is a 0/1 reach. Okay, maybe you Savage Summon out the creature, so it gets a 1/1 counter. So we got a bunch of clones, a bunch of ways to save them when they're 0/0. And the idea is you just play them out, and you're not going to have a powerful board. You're probably not going to be able to swing to win, but you're teaching your opponent something. You know, I think we all have friends, family, bosses that want us to be something else, but what you really need is a friend like Metallic Mimic who's going to name Shapeshifter and then give you a 1/1 counter, so you can just be yourself. So this deck's called Be Yourself, and it's about sending a beautiful message to your opponents, not necessarily winning. So you tell them all that stuff, and then once the suckers have bought it, okay? Once they bought it, you pull out something like a Waterbender's Restoration, exile X target creatures you control, get rid of all those crappy clones that aren't doing anything, have them come back as a Risen Reef. Now they all see each other enter, and you get a bajillion cards. Or maybe they become Tendershoot Dryads. All right? This guy's gonna give you, each one gives you a Saproling each upkeep, they each get huge. Or maybe they're all Biovisionaries. And once you have 4 of these guys, you just win the game, okay? So don't be yourself, be this guy, okay? That's the theme of this deck. And I'm keeping it, okay? I gotta teach people this lesson.